Hello, everyone. We are here at Teravarna once again, introducing you to artist Claudiu Anica, and he is in Brasov, where I actually drove to take his interview from Bucharest, and this place is north of Bucharest. So we're going to find out more how he does his work. I mean, he's a digital artist, so it'll be different from what a artist does with brushes and stuff. So we are really happy to be here, and we're going to interview him and talk about his works. So hi, Claudiu, nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So we were almost not having this interview because of all this traffic jam and everything.
It was a bit complicated.
Yes,
Your
finally
choice was
managed.
also
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Okay. Great. So would you mind introducing yourself, please?
My name is Claudiu Anica. I live in Brașov, Romania. I'm a digital artist. I only create digital art. I use just my laptop and Corel Painter to create my digital art. I do abstract expressionism.
Okay.
My work, how I started doing creating art just from the need to express myself and to get out what was going on in my subconscious. So basically, like a form of therapy and a form of self-expression, I started creating digital art, and it was kind of, I didn't choose what style I was creating the art in. It was something natural that came to me. The abstract expressionism style came to me naturally because it allows, unplanned strokes and
Exactly. Accidents, happy accidents.
exactly. Whatever is going on inside me, I can just put it on a canvas.
Right. Absolutely. So I was going to ask you what's your favorite medium, but it's obviously digital art, right?
Oh,
Is there
yeah.
any particular kind of digital art, or do you go with, let's say, Photoshop, or is there something that?
No. I only create digital art using Corel Painter, and in the past I've used some other tools as well. But I don't use anything else.
Just on your pad.
Yes.
So how did you discover your style, meaning like this abstract expressionism that you just spoke about?
Well, I've started all of this journey pretty much just as a form of therapy to allow myself to express certain feelings and emotions that I couldn't express otherwise, mostly verbally, in principle verbally. And so what I've discovered is that I've been using this the way of expressing myself through art. I started using it just to get stuff out that I couldn't get out otherwise. I'm an action painter, so I don't sit in front of the laptop or in front of the digital canvas, if you will, thinking that I want to create this. Pretty much I get in front of the laptop and then I just allow my subconscious to do the work.
Okay.
I don't think about anything that I want to create, or I don't have a purpose when I start to create a piece. I just allow my subconscious to do the work, and it just allows myself to get stuff out that I couldn't put I can't express in any other way. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, thanks for being honest about it. But so let's say a typical digital artwork that you produce, how long does it take?
Well, it depends. Sometimes some of my works I can do I can finish in 15-30 minutes, and some other works take maybe 2-3 hours. So it depends a lot on what I'm feeling and what I want to express.
Okay. So what inspires you?
Most of the time I don't know if inspired is the right word necessarily, but I allow myself to just dig inside my subconscious, and whatever comes out, feelings of rage, turmoil,
Right.
and stuff like that. Pretty much that's the well of my inspiration.
Okay, okay.
So I just tap into my subconscious, and whatever needs to come out, uh, that's pretty much what's creating the art itself. You know?
Okay, okay. How do you start making art, or how long back was it?
I think I started creating art like maybe 1 year ago, something like
Oh,
that.
that's it. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm kind of a new artist.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, we looked at your art. That's
Yeah.
obviously a great standard. That's why we actually are
Yeah,
interviewing
for
you, by the
me,
way. So
it was very like a very important step. It was that the curators and digital and galleries like yourself uh, recognized my art and wanted to showcase my art in their galleries and so on. It was a stepping stone for me because I didn't have anyone to ask like what do you
Right,
think about what I
right,
create,
absolutely, yeah.
so I didn't have any feedback. And getting recognition from the art world is like a really big deal for
Absolutely,
me.
especially if you're not in this
Yeah,
career or don't have
obviously,
any experience. Yeah, academic
So
experience.
it was very important to get feedback and to understand that what I'm creating is actually meaningful and
Yeah.
it has some value
Right,
in an
is actually
artistic way.
artistic and not just gibberish.
Exactly,
or-
exactly,
yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
I mean,
It
yeah,
was very
that's
important for me. Yeah.
absolutely okay. And what do you find the biggest challenge? I mean, like when you're doing this, do you find any challenges?
The biggest challenge is just to get in the right mindset to actually be able to put stuff on canvas, just to allow to be in a position to be in a in the norm in a mindset that you can just let everything else go that's going on inside you, and you can stop for a moment and you can just try to understand what's going on inside you and then put that on the canvas and
Right.
start creating something, just to be able to find the time to just focus on yourself and put aside all this noise that's going
Right.
on lately.
Today's world, it's very
it's just
difficult to
more
do
and
that.
more and more. It's quite
Yeah.
overwhelming, and just to stop that and to be able to focus just on creating art, I think that's the biggest challenge for me.
Right. Okay, got it. So, where did you hear about Teravarna? I mean, we used to be Art Show International Gallery at one point, a couple of years ago, but we are now Teravarna. So, how do you get to know about us?
I'm using a platform. I think it's called Art Rabbit. So I've I saw your ads or
Art Rabbit.
your open calls on Art Rabbit and on some other platforms. I can't remember the name right now.
Sure.
But yeah, pretty much online through websites that are specialized in art and open calls and something like that. That's how I found you, and I applied for several open calls, and I got some honorable mention awards and yeah, some finalist awards and something like that in your gallery. Yeah.
How do you feel about Teravarna? I mean, is there something that we can do for you that would that would enhance your career in art?
What I think Teravarna could do for me is like help me a lot with the exposure, like help me get my art known to a broader audience,
Right.
and just to get myself and my creations known to the.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing, especially to the Eastern Bloc, like Eastern Soviet Bloc. Like over here, what our artists keep saying is they don't have that much exposure. So we try our best to, give a shout out, or in the newsletter, have your name there, or on Instagram, depending on where you are in your career map, I guess.
Yeah, things like that would be very helpful because it's very hard to take a step in front from everything else that's going on. There's a load and loads of artists out there, so it's very hard to get like an audience and some like group of followers, a nucleus of followers. It's pretty much impossible.
Yeah, I know.
I'm hoping this collaboration.
Absolutely, we are trying our best to have artists actually like a lot of people like in galleries they don't even hear back from the galleries. We try our best to to accommodate everything that we can do to without thinking about our pockets, first to think how you guys will feel and how to improve your life or career in the passion that you have. Most of the time artists are, this is a secondary passion they have in addition to what they're doing. So even then, I'm pretty sure they want people to know about them or.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even for myself, it's important not only for me to get recognized, because that's not really a big deal for me. I don't want to get famous or anything else.
Right.
But it's important. I think it's important that my artwork goes to other people that are in exactly the same position where I was when I started this journey. Like people that maybe have problems expressing themselves or having problems getting stuff out from their subconscious, even with a therapist or with a professional. It's not always easy to open yourself up.
Yes, absolutely.
So I think this is what's important, just to people to see my art and maybe allow their subconscious to dictate what's going on inside them, and that's pretty much how I want people to interact with my works.
Okay, excellent. What you were thinking when you did that, or what the name, like the title, for instance, and when you did it, how long it took you, and the idea behind it.
Pretty much for me, I think all of them are, for me at least, they're very valuable.
Absolutely, that's what happens with artists.
So yeah, the very latest of the artwork that I created is called Insecure.
Insecure. That's the first. Okay.
Yeah. I made this in a moment where, I felt seen in all the wrong ways, pretty much. Like, people were getting the wrong impression about me, and they were just judging what they saw on the outside and not,
Right.
the actual
Persona.
Exactly. Persona and the depth that everyone has. It's not only about me, but
I know people. Yeah.
What people are at the core, what they are at their core.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did this with that in mind.
Insecure is the name of the title.
Insecure is the name of the artwork.
Yeah.
You can find it on my Instagram as well.
Okay, sure.
And the other one that I want to talk about is Sudden.
Sudden?
Okay,
Sudden. Okay.
Sudden, yeah. I've made a little caption for it, a fracture in perception, where color detached from form and reality stumbles into abstraction.
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much it's also about emotional violence and sharp shifts, moments of chaos from within, from my subconscious in this case.
Right.
Pretty much this is all that my artworks are based on. Feelings of chaos and inner turmoil and everything, rage and everything that we cannot get out in, more normal, let's say, ways of expressing myself. Yeah.
Okay, that's really good. Yeah, we'll have. I'm gonna look at those paintings later on. I got the names Insecure and Sudden, right?
Yes, I will.
So we'll put those up, and if you could pass those over to our team, to Indira, that'll be great.
Yeah.
So it was, great having you. I mean,
thank you.
I'm honored to be here.
I'm honored as well to have you here.
Yes. Thank you so much, Claudiu.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.